Rahul, I saw somewhere that you spoke about Shami being the most difficult bowler to face and to keep wicket to. What is it that makes it difficult to keep to him or to bat against him? And how far do you think he's away from his best if he's already not there?
Um, the tough thing against Shami to wicket keep is every game he'll wicket keeping to Shami is I mean, funnily somehow in every game he'll make sure that I'm diving full length in one or two he gives me one or two opportunities to be brilliant behind the stumps or look stupid sometimes. With wicket keeping, I think how like one of the few bowlers that the ball really wobbles. Him and sometimes Bumrah when he bowls in the second or third spell. I don't know what it has to do with anything, but he gets the ball to wobble behind the stump as well. So that's been very challenging. And yeah, I think as a bowler, I mean he's very accurate. That's something that not many people talk about. Everyone talks about how he's gifted and how he can get the ball to seam in any condition and how upright his seam is, but not many people talk about how accurate he is and how sharp he is. He can surprise you with his pace. Just the other day in the nets, he hit me straight in the badge. All of these things make him a very difficult bowler to play against. And I think he's built up really nicely, and I mean it's really hard and being away from the game and the injury that he had was I was there in NCA for some time, so and I had spoken to him and I know how difficult it has been, but like he's worked really hard. He stayed disciplined, which is the hardest thing to do when you're injured and away from the game for so long. So really happy to have him back, and I think he's very close to his best.
Kale, just want to ask that how difficult it is for you, sometimes 7, sometimes 6, sometimes 5. In last 5 to 6 games, you only, played once in your position. And is there any update on Rohit or Shami or any other fitness issues in the team?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's never easy for anyone on the team to be moving in different places. But yeah, that's how the game goes. Whatever the team thinks is the best possible combination and what they feel is the best entry points for player. You leave it up to the team to decide, and you just try and do your job. And that's what I'm focusing on. Fitness wise, I think there's no. I don't know too much, but from whatever I know, I think everything seems pretty okay. There's no real concerns about anyone missing games. As far as I know, we'll probably know more in today's training. Everyone's been in the gym. Everyone's been at training the last time as well. So some concerns, but I don't think it's too much.
राहुल भाई, आपने एक मैच में बैटिंग की, दूसरे मैच में बैटिंग नहीं आई. सरफेस के बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे, क्योंकि इंडिया अपने सारे मैचेस दुबई में खेला, ऑल्दो डिफरेंट पिचेस हैं, बट सरफेस के बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे? इज इट रियली डिफिकल्ट? मिडिल ओवर्स में बॉल थोड़ा रुक कर आता है, क्या आपने असेसमेंट किया?
वही जो आपने असेसमेंट किया है कि स्लो है विकेट. गोइंग इन जो भी नया बैटर जाता है तो ही फाइंड्स इट वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रोटेट द स्ट्राइक, एंड द पेस ऑफ द विकेट इज स्लाइटली डिफरेंट टू जो हम खेल के आए हैं अभी, जो इंग्लैंड सीरीज हमारा हुआ था. सो इट टेक्स अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ टाइम टू गेट यूज्ड टू इट, बट गुड थिंग ये है कि हम लोग ने पहले भी दुबई में खेला हुआ है और ऐसे पिचेस पे खेले हमने, तो वी हैड अ फेयर अंडरस्टैंडिंग दैट जब यहाँ आएंगे हम तो यही चैलेंज आएगा. सो वी वर मेंटली अ लिटिल बिट प्रिपेयर्ड, एंड वी केम हियर अ वीक अर्ली. सो जो प्रैक्टिस हमारा चल रहा था वहाँ पे भी विकेट्स ऐसे ही थे, तो जस्ट गिव अस अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ टाइम टू गेट यूज्ड टू इट. एंड वी आई थिंक ऐसे विकेटों पे whoever's जो हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं कि जो भी सेट बैटर है, द लॉन्गर ही प्लेज द बेटर इट इज़ फॉर द टीम, एंड दैट्स व्हाट गिव्स यू दैट एक्स्ट्रा 30-40 रन्स. क्योंकि अगर विकेट जाता रहेगा, द न्यू बैटर्स will find it a bit difficult.
Rahul, due to Pakistan-Afghanistan bilateral series over the last decade, New Zealand has had a lot of experience playing in these conditions. I mean, obviously some of the names have changed, but how formidable a side do you think they're going to be, and how seriously are you taking them?
Yeah, we don't take anyone lightly, especially in this competition. it's my first Champions Trophy, and what I've realized is things happen really quickly. It's not like the World Cups where you're playing every team. And you at least get 7 or 8 games, so even if you don't start well, there's always an opportunity for you to come back into the tournament. But in this tournament, it's just really hard. You need to be really switched on, and there's no game is easy, or no team can be taken lightly. So yeah, that's how we've looked at things. And New Zealand has always been a very formidable team and very competitive team. They've done really well over the years. We've had a lot of we've played against them a lot of times in ICC events as well, and they've done well against us. It's been quite even, the contest. So day after should be no different. I think it'll be another competitive game.
Kale, you just mentioned that there are no fitness concerns, but as a group, since there is very little turnaround time between the last group game and the semi-final, so is there a temptation just to kind of rest a couple of players, or probably test players who have been on the bench for the first 2 games, just keeping the turnaround time between the semi and the last group game in mind?
Yeah, look, luckily I'm not in the leadership group to have to make that decision, but I'm sure there will be some temptation, and we've been in these positions before where, if there's an opportunity where you can try out the players who haven't gotten games, they do get a game. But I don't know if that will happen in a Champions Trophy, and I don't know if that will happen in tomorrow's game, because like you said, we only have 1 day's break before the semi-final. So we've gotten 6-day break now. So we probably want all of the players to play the game and get a little bit of time in the middle. And this is my version. I don't know, might be very different tomorrow. Sir, honestly, I mean, at least for me, I have not thought about the things that have happened in the past and us not qualifying. And those are things that did affect us back then, and it wasn't a pleasant time for any of us players to not be in the semi-finals or do well in big competitions. But I think we've learned from that, and we've in the last 2 or 3 ICC events, we've done really well. We've performed really well. So yeah, we're just taking it as it comes. We're not thinking about what happened in the past or the good things or the bad things. Just what's important is to stay in the present, and day after's game is all we're thinking about. And once that gets over, then we'll think about semi-finals and finals. And that's a good thing. I get the sense within the team that everyone's quite relaxed and quite balanced, and everyone's only thinking and talking about the game that is in front of us, and not about winning semi-finals or finals or any of that. We're just taking it 1 game at a time.